So today's topic is going to be hate groups and how friendship groups can morph into hate groups, and also how family members can also be part of, can morph into a hate group. And this particular topic is motivated by something that happened to me. I was basically a target of hate by a group of people. And the reason behind that was what triggered the them to come full speed ahead towards me and become very hostile and show their hatred, because they were not hiding it. Their hostility and hatred was right in my face. The reason they did that was because I got pregnant and I had a baby. That was the whole reason. I did not have a baby with, there was no, the person I had a baby with was a single man, no children. So, and both of us are very mature, we are older, and we had a baby. And this apparently triggered a level of hostility that I didn't know existed. And I didn't know that level of hatred and hostility would come from this particular group of people, because I thought they lived happy lives. These are some of these people are married, they have their own children, they have their own families, they have their own lives. Others, they're single, but they have their own life, they're not financially struggling. So it really shocked me, the level of hatred and hostility that was directed towards me, because I think I represented something that they felt was needed to be eliminated, or was making them look bad. I'm not sure what exactly they saw when they thought about me in their head, because these are not people I deal with on a regular basis. These are people who most of them I know some of them, I've talked to them. At a certain point, I did consider them as friends, but I came to realize those relationships never really existed. We were never really friends, you know. So the people who I had, they were acquaintances. So, but I'm realizing even that we were not, the bond that I thought we had was only probably on my side. On their side, they were envious and jealous, and just people who just wanted to direct their frustrations in life towards somebody. And at that particular moment, they felt I was the one who was going to be a target of their frustrations, a target of their hate, a target of their miserable life. And so this is why I'm doing this video, because I came to realize, it made me realize that there are probably other people going through something similar to this, whereby they have a group of friends that turn on them in a very hostile manner that is almost violent, and sometimes violent because of decisions they have made in their life. And a lot of times these are not negative decisions. These are decisions that everybody is making in life. These are getting married, having children, going to school, going to college, getting a different job, moving to a different city. You may make these decisions, and there are people who decide that you just rocked the boat too much, or they decide that that's it. They're not going to hide or pretend that they like you anymore. So there are certain decisions in life that you would make that are positive for your own personal well-being, that can be received in a very hostile way by people around you. And some of those people can be your friends or acquaintances. They're not really your friends if they're attacking you. But this happened to me. So when it comes to hate groups don't just come up, they put out a call to everybody, like, if you hate this person, let's meet up. No, hate groups normally will come from a group of people who know each other and they are friends. So you may be part of a friends group, and some of the things you say about a certain person or a certain group of people is negative and may not necessarily be viewed uh, may not necessarily be viewed, to be, you may not necessarily be viewed by society to be out of the norm. You may not like somebody because, for example, of their sexual orientation. But but the bad comes in when this person is your friend or your family member, and you're directing this hatred, which may be because of your personal beliefs. It could be religious beliefs or something else. And the hatred creates an hostility, and not just your average hostility. It's an hostility that is just pure evil. And the level of hostility is an hostility that will eventually breed violence. That's what happens, and then it becomes a hate crime. So one of the things that helped me, during this period when I was a target of a hate group, was one: these people did not know my everyday life. They did not know my how my schedule was, and they did not know my every. These are people I talked to once. I talked to over the phone, and I met up face to face two or three times a year. So these are people who did not know my day-to-day life. So that's one thing that really helped me when it came to dealing with this particular type of situation. The other thing that helped me was I was at some point, there's people can say negative things about you, and which is fine. People are entitled to their own opinion. It's just the intensity of what they're saying, the intensity and the level of hostility of what they're saying. That is the issue. And when you start experiencing that this is really heavy hate, this is not just your regular hate. This person really hates me, or this person is so hostile towards me, is so fired up. And that level of hostility, you can see it. Like if you're dealing with these people and you meet up with them, even if it's once, you will see the hate in their face. You will see it. So when you're dealing with that particular situation, the best thing is to recognize, that you can report. These are things that you can report to the police, and you need to understand how to gather evidence to be able to defend yourself if this becomes this situation becomes violent in nature. And because of that, you need to avoid being in a position whereby these people can exert their violence towards you. So if you have to meet up with some people who are, your former friends who now are part of a hate group, or your family members who are not part of a hate group, meet them at a public place. Meet them up at a public place, go to an event with them. Don't be in a secluded place with them, because what is driving them is not sanity. There is an insanity there. And because of that, there is a level, you don't know when they're going to snap, because everything about you, they're not going to like. Another thing is you need to cut them off, basically. You need to cut them off. There are plenty of people around the world. You can make new friends. So when you have a group of friends that are not just envious of you or jealous of you, they're just super hostile towards you, you need to get new friends. It's time to get new friends, and it's hard and exhausting, but it may be time to get new friends, new acquaintances. This is something else that helped me, because I already had other friends and other acquaintances who, I would talk to, who were very happy for me. So, it was very easy for me to contrast their reactions. It was very easy for me to see this one. Every time I meet with this friend, he's very supportive. He's very supportive. He's very happy for me. Then I meet with this other group of people. This other person, they're so negative. They are fake, So for me, it was very easy to contrast, because I have a large pool of friends, and it was very easy for me to cut them off because I have, a large pool of friends and a large pool of people I know. So make friends with people at work. Make friends with people at everywhere you go. Make friends. That way, when you're in such a situation, you can be able to contrast. You can be able to see it, because you're going to be contrasting the reaction of this person to this person to this person. So you can contrast the reactions, and that's how you're going to be able to, it's going to click real quick that these people, there's something off. And the other thing is, be financially independent, and don't depend on, work on financial independence. When you're financially independent, it saves you a lot of stress. It helps you make some decisions really quick, like moving from where you're living to another location, being able to change your telephone number, being able to change your car. When you're financially independent, it really does help when you are in such a situation. So if you have ever been a target of a hate group, or you see other people who are similar to you being targeted, uh, make sure that try and make sure that you put yourself in a position whereby you're financially independent. So another thing is, some of these hate groups don't need a specific reason to hate you or to be hostile against you. They are brought together with their hate towards a certain target. So because of that, you may not be able to identify individually what their issue is. And also you probably don't want to do that because it's work, and you need to focus on building your life and your financial independence and building new friendships. So because of that, you don't know what is their personal motivation. What you can do is, you need to basically basically focus on yourself and move on from this type of people, but recognize they exist, and try your best to collect evidence, like text messages, emails. If you can get some of them to be on, if some of other people involved who know them, like their relatives, their uncles, and get them to try and talk to them to reduce their hostility. If you can do that, do that, because some people come from small communities whereby everybody knows everybody. So it's very easy to tell so and so's uncle that his cousin or his nephew or his niece is full of hate, and is so hostile for no reason. Like, talk to him, something going on with him. So you can do that if you come from like a small community, or if you know some of other people who can contribute to that and see it for what it is, because there are people who are going to see the hatred and hostility for exactly what it is. And because of that, you may need to reach out to other people who know those people. But overall, I'll say, when it comes to dealing with hate groups, try to remove yourself from the same location. Find a different location, find a new group of friends. uh, do your do your best to change your lifestyle. By change your lifestyle, I mean changing like your schedule, um, and basically be cautious. Be cautious and be aware that there are people who will hate you for no reason. There are people who will hate you for no reason, and you trigger their demons, you trigger their desires. God knows what you trigger, but there are people who will hate you for no reason, and because of that, I think you need to, when it comes to personal safety and dealing with people who hate you, personal safety supersedes any type of friendship. So go with personal safety, and yeah, and hopefully, I gave you some bits of how to, how to help to handle such a situation. But yep, that's it. Friendships can turn into hate groups, and also family members can turn into a family can turn into a hate group and target one of their own. So be careful out there.